I'm going to show you how to get the vintage vamp look, inspired by the opulence and decadence of the 1920s. This is a look for girls that are very much inspired by icons of the past such as Lauren Bacall or modern icons of today like Rihanna. I'm going to show you two very different ways to wear this look. A pretty natural vintage rose, dialed up to a vintage vamp. I've already prepared the skin with my Magic Cream and Wonderglow, which gives it a gorgeous golden dewy complexion. I then applied my Light Wonder foundation to give a kind of beautiful finish to the skin. And then I used the Retoucher in targeted areas around the nose if there's a little bit of redness or I need to conceal any blemishes. And then I've used Multi-Miracle Glow on the body to give you that gorgeous sort of celebrity gloss to the skin. So I start off by using Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder into the Powder and Sculpt brush, down the T-zone and underneath the eyes. Always start by curling the eyelashes. Get your eyelash curler at the base of the root of the lash of your eyelashes and clamp and hold back for a couple of seconds. These eyelash curlers are fantastic because they're kind of like a push-up bra for the eyelashes. And they really help open up the eye and make the eye look a lot sort of wider and bigger and alive. I'm going to start off by using my blending brush and I'm dipping it into the prime shade in the Vintage Vamp palette. And then I'm going to put that in the centre of the lid and go backwards and forwards like a windscreen wiper all over the eye. And then circular motions to sort of blend it upwards and out. Between the formula and the brush, it is the easiest thing you could possibly do. Dip your smudger brush into the prime shade and literally in a V-like shape, go into the corner of the eye and underneath the eye, and that will just open up the eyes and give you that gorgeous wide-eyed look. Take your eye blender brush and dip it in the enhanced shade and start in the outer corner of the eye, nestling it flat on the lid into the socket, backwards and forwards in a half moon shade. Just letting the brush do all the work for you. And then go into the outer corner and just blend in circular motions very softly. Then take your smudger brush and dip it into the enhanced shade and go backwards and forwards right along the lash line on the top of the eyes. And go along the bottom lashes 3/4 of the way along. It's so simple. I'm using the Rock and Kohl pencil in Barbarella Brown to give definition to the eyes. I'm using it along the lash line and 3/4 of the way along, I'm just slightly winging it up. Extra elongation drag down in the inside corner, it will give you more of a feline look. I'm now going to use my Full Fat Lashes 5-star mascara. It's like the perfect 5-in-1. It separates, curls, adds volume, length and drama. So you can coat every individual lash, and then when you go to the outer corner, really sort of angle your wand to really coat those outer lashes to give you even more of a feline, elongated shape to the eye. With a pointed 5-star tip, coat each individual lash on the bottom lashes. You can use this brush vertically or horizontally on the bottom lashes. So I'm taking the Filmstar Bronze and Glow and I'm using my bronzing brush and I'm putting it into the Sculpt shade. I'm just going to use diagonal circular strokes going down the cheek on both sides. This will give you great kind of architecture to the face. It will really bring out your cheekbones and also give you that healthy, glowy bronze look. And take your bronzing brush and with the excess that's left over, go across the forehead and then take it across the bridge of the nose. Dust a tiny bit off on the chin. Take your Powder and Sculpt brush and dip it into the highlighter shade and pop a tiny bit on top of the cheekbones on both sides of the face. And then pop a little bit down the centre of the nose, dragging your brush all the way over your lips so that it just catches the bow of your mouth. We're going to use the Night Crimson lipstick on the lips, but we're going to use it in a slightly different way. I'm going to start by applying it in the centre of the mouth. It's quite a strong colour, but it's so pretty when it's applied as a stain, because it sort of gives you that rosebuddy look. Very pretty and soft and subtle and a little bit enhanced pigment on the lips. When you're creating this stainy effect, I'd say it's the only time that I would suggest not wearing a lip liner. With this look, it's all about the colour coming from the centre of the mouth, a bit like a rosebud, and then fading out and blending out on the outer edges. Because if you're scared of darker colours, this is a great way to wear a darker colour that still feels very soft and pretty and more like a kind of, you know, bitten, stained coloured lip. I'm now going to use my Cheek to Cheek blusher in the shade Love is the Drug. So it's a swish and pop action. I'm now going to take the outer shade and apply it on top of the cheekbone, high up on the cheek, in big circular motions. I'm going to dip my blusher brush into the pop shade on the apples of the cheek, just to add a little bit of a pop of colour to the cheek. So this is the dialed down Vintage Rose look, which is very soft and pretty, and now I'm going to show you how to dial it up to Vintage Vamp. I'm going to take my eye blender brush and dip it into the smoke shade and nestle it in the outer corner, going right into the socket, and literally circular motions go backwards and forwards into the socket, and then drag it out in upward circular motions, a little bit like a V, to create more of a dramatic 1920s elongated shape. This will add beautiful elongation to the eyes. So make sure when you're doing the outer corner, you go quite diagonally up to give it a real lift. Dip your smudger brush into the smoke shade and go backwards and forwards along the lash line. Pop it underneath the eye, quite dramatically low, because you want to go quite smoky, 3/4 of the way along, so just backwards and forwards. And for a little bit more definition, you can go right into the socket. What's really beautiful about this Vintage Vamp palette is the fact is it's adding a bit of colour, but in a very subtle way, and they're incredibly flattering. Dip your finger into the pop shade and just dab it onto the centre of the lid. You can either put this on as a wash, or you can really dial it up and go for it again and make it stronger, give you more shimmer to the eye. Take your eye smudger brush and pop it into the pop shade and pop it into the V corner of the eye to again add a little bit more pop and a wide-eyed look. So I'm going to pop a little bit of the Rock and Kohl in Barbarella Brown along the waterline of the eye. And then I'm going to trace over the top line, slightly elongating it at the outer corner. And for a little bit more drama, pop a little bit more of the full fat lashes, 5-star mascara, on top of your bottom and top lashes to add even more drama. So now using the highlighter shade of the brow lift, you can cheat a little bit of an extra arch. I'm using my Lip Cheat lip liner in Savage Rose, and I'm using it all the way along the outer edge of the mouth, so you'll never end up with that kind of jarry look around your mouth. But I really do insist on using a lip liner when using lipstick, especially in dark colours. It will really even out your lip shape and give you this beautiful symmetry on your mouth. So I'm popping on a little bit more of the K.I.S.S.I.N.G lipstick. It just is giving you a more rich, full-bodied lip. And it's great, this squared off brush, because it really helps navigate those difficult angles, like corners, to give you a really precise shape. What's lovely about this shade is that you can now see how versatile it is. You could either use a really pretty sort of light stain from it, or you can get a full-bodied vamp look with it. This is my Lip Luster lip lacquer in the shade called Unleash Me. And I'm going to pop it on the top lip, just to give you a little bit more of that kind of 1920s sexiness. It's really beautiful, this lip lacquer, because it really gives this sort of 3D, glossy, almost hyper-real, patent shine to the lips. So there you have it, the Vintage Vamp, my 1920s Great Gatsby inspired vintage look.